Good afternoon. Oh man, which one is my camera? This one? Right here? Sorry. Brandon's got me thrown off. He changed my camera up. I looked up and I saw myself on the screen looking in a different direction. I guess it really doesn't matter. As long as y'all can hear me. How's everybody doing? I see a few people popping into the chat already. As always, if you are new, if you just don't really know how Rodney Anderson Live works, we talk about all things OU sports. Obviously, some football stuff, duh. But I'm a huge fan of other OU sports, believe it or not. Like both men's and women's basketball, they're both currently playing. One is doing better than the other, unfortunately. So we'll talk about that a little bit. Definitely going to talk about some OU softball. Probably my new favorite sport. Maybe. They're doing pretty good. It'll be an interesting season for them, in my opinion. Not for anything crazy. It's just, I don't know. Softball, just my quick thoughts on them. Like, they had that super team a couple years ago with like Tiara Jennings and Jada Coleman and Kinsey Hansen. Those girls have been together forever. And we reloaded last year with a bunch of younger, new freshmen, new girls, new recruits or whatever. And we still made it incredibly far. Almost won the whole thing again. And now here we are. How are they going to respond after not making it to the national championship last year? We'll get into it. I'm excited for softball season. It will be fun as always, I'm sure. Native King 405. Boomer. He's listening from Shawnee. My boy Zip is in the chat. Yeah, we did get a big win at Vandy. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about it. You're ahead of the curve just a little bit. Google account holder 99. Doing good, Rodney. What did you think of the Super Bowl? Ramondre. I had to think about RS. I've never heard Ramondre referred to as RS, but I get it. We're going to talk about the Super Bowl too. Let's just go ahead and let's talk about the Super Bowl. Y'all tell me y'all's opinions as I get into my own. I thought it was, me and Caleb talked about it earlier. I thought it was fun to watch. I liked the Super Bowl. He thought it was boring because it was 12-0 going at halftime and nothing really, fast-paced got going until the fourth quarter. But I don't know. I was telling him from an offensive mind, like from an offensive perspective, I feel, did I say that right? Perspective. I feel like 12-0 in my mind, I'm still thinking, I'm in the game. I'm very much so in the game. But if we get three touchdown lead, 4 touchdown lead, then it starts to get boring because it's like, man, a miracle needs to happen for this offense to come back. But yeah, that's kind of what I thought about the Super Bowl. It was a weird one this year too because I didn't really have a team that I was rooting for. I really just like championship games to be good, like good fought games. Like those are the most fun championship games when there's actual battle. I guess in that way it was kind of more. It was kind of annoying, I guess, because the Patriots were in it for a lot of the game, just couldn't move the ball, couldn't get it downfield. Drake May, God bless his soul, he was having a rough night, and it wasn't all his fault. Sooner. I was literally just about to say that. Will Campbell was getting demolished, and it's so. Brandon, wasn't he? We were talking about this earlier. He was the guy that was like, talking a whole bunch of like, yeah, I'm gonna die by my quarterback type stuff, right? Yeah, for that to be the rhetoric going into this game, I'm gonna die about my quarterback. Well, then block somebody, bro. You're good. Anyways, yeah, and then I'm not gonna take all of it off of Drake May, though. He did throw some questionable balls. That one late in the game, he just kind of airmailed it into the middle of It's weird though, because he made that one pass that was in between like 5 defenders, dropped it in a bucket. But then I have to believe that there was probably some type of miscommunication in the route, quarterback route combo. Because it seemed like the receiver was on a post route, is what it seemed like, and May put it like kind of down the hashes, like down the middle or not, just down the middle of the field, and the receiver was already crossing over, getting towards the hashes, like it just wasn't even close.
The timing of that was funny too, because it was Collinsworth was going off because they started that drive deep in their own territory, and he like ran the ball and made a good read and pulled the ball out and ran.
Yep.
And then he made a good throw, and Collinsworth was like, man, he's finally starting to see the field. He's
Yeah, a little
finally starting
rhythm.
to read this defense. This is the Drake May we've been hoping to see all game. As he was saying it, he just airmailed over the middle. It was crazy.
Oh, one thing that I did laugh at out loud is when Collinsworth, the Seahawks running back, Walker, when he was like kind of backpedaling, and it was a bad pass too, but he dropped the ball and Collinsworth was just going in on him. Yeah, his strong suit is running the ball. If he could get that passing game and that blocking game, all they really use him for is running. Whatever he was saying, it was funny. Yeah, Collinsworth, I feel like, has great points, but also has no filter. Maybe great points is a stretch in some situations, but he's funny. Oh, man. Okay. I thought Super Bowl was fine. I thought, I don't care what y'all think. I thought the halftime show was fun to watch. I didn't understand a word of it, but it was a vibe, and that's all I was here for. So I was chilling. I liked it a lot, actually. Okay. What are the let's do basketball real quick. Oh man. Wasn't it Zip that jumped in on basketball? Yeah, we did win. We beat Vandy. The reason it's like not we beat top 15 Vandy is because we blew a about a 20-point lead and then barely won. Like, am I being too picky about these wins? I mean, wasn't it like 9 straight that we lost? So a win is a win. I just think at least me, I think I'm just very thirsty for a basketball team that is dominant again. And I feel what that Vandy win shows me is that we can be dominant. We've got the pieces. We talked about this a little bit earlier too. Some among us feel that I was going to use Caleb's point, and then I just blanked on it. What was Caleb's point about? Oh, yeah, he wanted them to just start going out there and just playing. Like, dude, we lost 9 straight. Let's just go out there and start doing some weird stuff. Like, kind of be the...
like you don't have anything to lose. I think it's kind of what he talked about that.
Yeah,
mentality.
The villain arc. Yeah, taking the villain arc. I love the villain arc. It's funny because the older I get, I'm very into comic books. The older I get, the more sense these villains start to make. It's fun to be the party pooper every now and then.
Caleb made another good point. He said, have you ever lost a game that you wish you would have won? Well, yeah, absolutely. Then he said, have you ever won a game
you wish you would have
lost? So it doesn't matter if it's by 1 point, 20 points.
Yeah.
You won the game.
I mean, it's got to feel good to come out on the other side of it. And so maybe I need to save my criticisms. I think I will. Congrats to the men's basketball team. I mean, I've been a part of teams that haven't done great, and it's not the best feeling. All right. Native King 405 wants to jump back to football. Think Mateer will be better this year? I do. I mean, I don't think he was. My emotions on John Mateer have been very volatile. A word that was used a ton about an hour ago. I just got off I got to be on the Transaction Report podcast with my boss Caleb Kelly, or my boss Kelly Collier.
There it is.
Too many Kellys in my life. And so that's why I'm a little bit late today, getting to the live show. But it's because I got to do something pretty cool. Yeah, I think Mateer last year started super hot, and like I think the team was feeling him. He threw interceptions early in the season, so I don't want people to forget that he's not Jesus. He's not the savior of our football team. But I do think he was so confident early in the season. He was slinging that thing, and I think the team felt that confidence, and so they were making competitive plays as well. The broken thumb, I think, really just threw a wrench in things. Like when you take a player's confidence away, it's so tough to be successful. And so, we had to start relying on other things that weren't the strength of our team, offensively at least. This year, though, I can only assume that this whole offseason, or at least a good portion of it, is going to be dedicated to making sure his thumb is like good as new. And then I'm sure we'll see him toss it around in spring ball a little bit. We'll get some clips. Like, I don't know. We just got to wait and see. If I had to be really, really picky about John Mateer, I just don't want any more. I'm off of like his throwing motion. If he's got to sidearm some stuff, whatever. But don't bring it from the hip pocket. Like, there was not one pass he threw like that this year that was completed. Unless somebody can prove me wrong. I'm not perfect, but I didn't see any passes that came from the hip pocket that were completed. I saw even a couple of them that were batted down. And so it was like, that is all the mechanics that I care to see him change. People were very big on his footwork. I thought about that for some time. I was a criticizer of his footwork. I'm over that now. Like, if you got the arm strength to do it, just be accurate. Now, if you start sailing a bunch of balls and you're off target, then set those feet. But if that's going to be part of your game, then here we go. Well, Zip, you sound a little scared of Michigan, Georgia. Maybe scared isn't the right word, but you're not the first one, I think, is what I'm trying to say. I saw KREF posted today that CBS said that we were going to lose to Michigan, Georgia. Was it Texas also?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We're going to start the season 2-3 is what they were saying. I don't know. Oh, shoot. Zip, I didn't know you was a Marine. Thank you for your service, dog. I don't think we're going to start 2-3. Michigan's going to be way better than they were this year. So, and we're going to play at Michigan. Tough. We're in Athens too, so I get it. Starting off 2-3 though. I honestly don't think we lose to Michigan. Even as much as they've progressed, I just don't see it. I think defensively they were not able to, their offense was not able to get a hold of us at all defensively. And I think we'll just be that much better on offense. John Mateer had a pretty decent game against them last year. So,
who did they hire? I can't even remember who they hired.
Oh, because all that stuff went down.
Oh, Kyle Whittingham from Utah.
Who? What's his name?
Kyle Whittingham.
Kyle Whittingham. Dude, how did I forget about all the Sharon Moore stuff? What's going on with him? Is he that was like huge news, and then just all of a sudden, oh damn, social media is a mother. I mean, so much information at you so quick, you forget all these huge headlines. Well, I mean, I think that's probably going to be something that is working against Michigan. New coach, who knows who he brings in, who knows what kind of system he's trying to run, or if he's trying to change anything at all. But I do know that if culture shifts enough in the locker room, it can definitely affect play on the field. So, man,
We have a Utah expert in the house. Do we have any thoughts on Kyle Whittingham?
Kyle Whittingham?
Yeah.
Great coach. Like old school style coach, right?
We need you to pop. We need you on camera, Bobby.
yeah, come here, Bobby.
You're too big of an expert to not.
Which
have on
mic?
camera for it. Right next to Rodney.
So we're bringing on the man that runs the whole show for One Oklahoma. Yeah, but what are we prepared for in this business?
It's true.
You know what I mean? We're sticking and moving just about every single day. But we're asking about Utah because CBS, a couple of people have mentioned that there are a lot of thoughts that we're going to go 2-3 to start the season. One of those losses being to Michigan because it's an away game for us. And then I was thinking about it like, damn, Sharon Moore like left in a blaze, just a fiery chaos of whatever that was.
Yeah.
And now they've got Utah Whittingham guy.
Yeah, Kyle Whittingham.
What's your so Bobby comes from Utah, Utah State.
Yeah, Utah State.
And
Familiar with the whole state. I mean, all the coaches.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So what's your
Local.
insight on our boy Whittingham?
I mean, Whittingham, he's honestly, after you have a coach fired, leave, like Moore did, right? Like a lot of controversy, very public. Like I want a guy like Whittingham, right? Like you want somebody who's established. I mean, great defensive coach, just runs a program old school, right?
Okay.
Like, and what I mean by that is just like very, very disciplined.
Right.
Not a lot of shenanigans, I guess is the best way to put it. Right?
Understood.
Like you think of like just a really old school, I mean, still a player's coach, from my understanding. Now, just from what I've heard, I don't know him personally, but just, the program that he had at Utah, the way that they had consistent success, like their Rose Bowls, like coming from a Mountain West program to what they ended up being in the Pac-12, and then now how they compete in the Big 12, like it just continued growth and progression, right? And like you don't have that without somebody who can really settle a ship in rough seas, right?
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So we had Bronco Mendenhall while I was at Utah State, and similar coach, right? Come from similar backgrounds, similar experiences.
Yeah.
Same thing, right? We had some turnover, some controversy. Anytime you have coaches leave and public manners and all those things, right? Like bringing a guy like Bronco Mendenhall, same thing. Hey, steady the waters, right? Steady the waters. Establish a program. Be in a space where players come in and they have to earn it, they have to work it. Like, I mean, Bronco, nobody gets their number until like you have to earn your number. Like there are players for Utah State who didn't have jersey numbers until like they're about to play the game. Like it's the week of the game and they don't have their number.
What do you do to earn a jersey with like days left to go?
Oh yeah,
That's
like
crazy.
You got to go out. You got to work. You got to practice. You got to do class, right? Like you got to like earn these things. So like you think about like an old school type mentality as a coach. Like you got to come in. You got to earn everything. Their top defensive back. I mean, he was suspended for a few games at the start of the season. Like I won't get into details, but like kid was a 3-year starter, one of the best players in the Mountain West, and he didn't have a jersey number till halfway through the season when he came back.
Shoot.
Does the jersey number reflect how he feels about like if you get like 34?
We get to choose, right? Like you get to choose. So if like
So receiver was the last one to earn his jersey number, so he gets 97.
97. Yeah. No. Yeah, and Bronco too. Like just another like old school mentality. He does. I mean, I guess I'm giving some of his secrets, so hopefully this is okay. He's probably not watching, is my guess.
Oh, hold on. No, he is.
He does like
he's on here.
a belt system. He's on there. Yeah. You're going to call me. He does a belt system for like workouts. So like at the start of summer workouts, everybody's a white belt. So everybody's all
like
in
Taekwondo?
White. Like Taekwondo. Yeah. And so like as you prove yourself and you put in the work and you do things like, all right, now you get to wear like the all blue. Now you get to wear the all gray, the all black, whatever it is, right? Like, so he has this progression. It's like you as an athlete, like you're coming in. It's like, no, man, you got to earn it. Like you're still in your whites, right? Like you're in the all whites. Like, you gotta grow. Like
he's clean. He's too clean. That's crazy. He's in the all whites.
Yeah.
We had a shirt program. I think it was I can't remember if it was Schmitty's last year or Benny's first year, but whatever it was like we had to earn our
Yeah. And go to the next. The
yeah,
next
whatever
one.
shirt it
Yeah.
was. We started out with like a plain gray T-shirt or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're in a program. There's just a bunch of chaos, and then a guy comes and he's like, "No, you're all on equal footing. You got to earn it."
I think that makes a lot of sense. I mean, to be honest, if I was on a team that was doing fine, and then like a Bob Stoops retires or whatever, and then you have a guy like that come in, there was no rough waters to be settled in this situation, and so implementing things like a belt system or like a being super disciplined wouldn't have worked for us. But if Bob had left in Sharon Moore fashion, for example, then a guy like that you'd for sure need that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because it's so public. I mean, kids they're getting all the details just the same as everybody else is. So, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess. But then, how does this relate to us?
I don't like it. I don't want a nice, disciplined, structured.
Right. But does nice,
chaos at
disciplined,
Michigan.
old school mentality work in the NIL era too?
It depends on the kids you recruit, right? Like it always comes back to the players, right?
It does.
So does Whittingham have enough time in the, taking over now in the transfer portal, the kids he's keeping, like all the transitions that happen? Like, does he have time to really establish that? Maybe, maybe not. Like, I think eventually, absolutely, 3 years, 4 years down the road, like, if I had to make a prediction, Michigan's going to be good. Like, I think Whittingham, he's a great coach. The way he runs programs, like, I think they're going to be good.
Yeah.
But for us next year, that's the year I want to face them, right? Like, I want
Holy
to face
hell.
them in the year in transition, not 3
Is
4 years down the
BV our
road.
Whittingham?
He could be.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like he came in. The whole Lincoln Riley thing wasn't Sharon Moore fashion, but kind of.
Some would
There's
say.
some-
Some might think that.
Yeah.
Kind of, like, and then BV, super disciplined. Like strict isn't the right word. It's discipline.
Yeah.
And he's got his own morals, his own values he's going to instill in this program.
Yeah.
Gets here, NIL world is tough to coach in. And so, there's adjustments that need to be made, but he wasn't selling his soul or anything like that. And so,
No. I mean, there's a culture. Right?
exactly,
There's a
the culture
to it.
stayed intact the entire time.
Yeah.
And we trusted the process, steadied us out.
That's it.
And so, man,
Trust the process.
trust the process. But for Michigan, hopefully they don't trust the process.
No, I hope all this discipline really gets in Bryce Underwood's head, and he's just
Yeah,
second guesses
discipline.
himself
I'm not
constantly.
good at dealing with this.
And he just throws a bunch of picks.
I
and
really
stuff.
liked when Sharon Moore was messing with the secretary. Like, I really thrive in
That culture was better.
I thrive in tumultuous
Thrive in
situations.
chaos.
All right, I know you're a busy man.
Yeah.
Thank you for your
Okay,
insight.
Of course.
Everybody, this is Bobby Nash, king of One Oklahoma and OU's NIL Solutions. Great guy. He keeps the ship afloat for sure. Josh King. If Sharon didn't go out the way he did, would y'all want him at OU as an assistant or a coordinator? No. I've talked to some people that have dealt with Sharon in the past, and I've never met him, but through the grapevine, through the things that I've heard through the grapevine, I have no desire to meet him.
So maybe this wasn't a huge surprise.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Well, no. I didn't really even know much about Sharon Moore. I didn't even know that he was an OU grad. I didn't know he played here.
I mean, I guess hindsight. It's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
That's not shocking. Then what happened after?
No, I heard the first I heard of Sharon Moore was him cheating on his wife and getting fired from Michigan.
Gotcha.
I had no clue that he had any OU ties. It was after that I found out that he was related to OU, and then I started asking people that I knew were here with him, and they were like, he's all right. And so, knowing what I know, if I had the choice to bring him back as an OU assistant or coordinator, analyst or something, I'd pass. I'd also pass because I think he did a really bad thing that I'm just not down with. And so, yeah. All right. If you're just getting on, joining us, whatever, hop in the chat with questions, comments, or concerns. that's pretty much what we talk about the whole show is questions, comments, concerns about anything. Evan Burr says he got to go. Zip says he'll never coach again. Yeah, I mean, honestly, cancel culture is alive and well in the sports world, both professional and amateur. And so, yeah, it's going to be tough. You know, that being said, though, I'm thinking about what we were talking about earlier, me and Caleb. Like, what makes people think that they can just act out like this? Is it the position they hold? Is it the power that they're given in these positions? Is it the way that they were raised in this environment? A lot of people would say that, you know, I would say this, in the old model without NIL, nobody's getting paid. You're not getting paid, but you're getting told that you will get paid and you're God's gift to earth because you can run the football or you can dunk the basketball or whatever. And then eventually you get money after being told that your whole life. All money does is pull out who you really are. And now, I would say, at least kids are getting, you know, it can be an even slippery slope because they're getting the money that much earlier, or they could learn a lot earlier and make mistakes a lot younger so that it doesn't affect them when they're older. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Hey, I think that James Pierce is who you had a confrontation with pregame. I said confrontation. I use that.
Oh.
I think that was him.
That was
on
him?
the sideline before the Tennessee game here.
Oh, my gosh. You're well, this doesn't surprise me at all.
Tell him the story.
All right.
It wasn't a confrontation. Rodney did not fight a player.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? I'm a pacifist these days unless, you know, somebody's got my wife or my child in harm's way. But yeah, man, okay. It was Auburn, right?
No, Tennessee.
Tennessee, that's right.
Night game, first SEC game.
Yes. Oh, my gosh.
I think. I'm like 80% sure it was him.
Yeah, no. So I was doing this this activation for our sponsorship office. It's called the Junior Captain Experience, and basically, we take a kid who wins the Junior Captain Experience down onto the field. We walk him out. They do the coin toss with the referees and with the players and everything. It's a really cool experience. Like the Junior Captain Experience itself is awesome. But that's been part of my responsibilities on game day. I go out there and do it, whatever. And so pregame, we get out there before anybody's on the field, and they get to watch the entire pregame. The other teams warming up, the band, the national anthem, the flyover, like literally everything. And so I'm just standing over there on the sideline. We're literally on the white sideline. I'm standing there with the kid, and then the team's running off. And so I want it to be clear, like I'm on the sideline.
Yep.
Like very. Brandon was there too. He can back it up. Just standing there, and I had the kid kind of like behind me, just because the other team had started to run off, and out of my peripheral, I see the team coming, and there's, I guess James.
I think I don't.
Maybe it was him, but it was some player running, and he I wasn't getting out. I was on the sideline. I was where I was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. So me and all my pride, I wasn't moving, and he kind of came. I can't remember. Did he bump me?
Yeah.
Yeah. He wasn't gonna get out his way either, and so he bumped me and turned around and started jawing at me, and I was just like, "Huh?"
He went to the locker room after that.
Yeah, he came and jawed at me, and I was just like, "Go on." What was I just saying? Go.
Well, I don't know. It happened, and he ran off.
Yeah.
But it's when they came back on the field.
Oh, is that when it was?
Because that's around the time we do the coin toss, and you were going to walk out there. That he ran, because you know how the other team runs out of the field. They go to their sideline.
Yeah, he came and found me.
He went down our sideline.
Yeah.
And found you and intentionally tried to
like intimidate me or whatever.
Do something.
It's like, bro, I'm not concerned about you. And so the reason that this is relevant is because maybe he was the same guy that
it may have been that guy.
It may have been that guy that is now in jail for beating his WNBA wife. Wasn't that it? Or
Girlfriend, maybe.
yeah, friend, girlfriend. Yeah, it was domestic dispute, domestic violence, stalking, and all that. Like cases like that. How do we get there? How do we go from this ultra disciplined, ultra just like focused, driven athlete can clearly accomplish tasks and attain goals, but only on the field? As soon as you walk off the field, when did the game of football stop being the game of life? Like we're supposed to. I was always taught you're supposed to take lessons from the game, take lessons from sport, apply it in your life, and that's how it's beneficial to you. But I don't know. Zip says money and success. Some can't handle it. Yeah, but before there was money and success, this was happening. There just wasn't social media to tell about it. I kind of think that it's all the air that we pump to these people's heads. Boy, my head was so big till I met my wife. And then all of a sudden I'm like, wow, this is what perspective looks like. I think I just had great people in my corner. And I'm not saying all athletes are this way, but, it happens to a lot of athletes. They don't have people in their corner that have a good support system. They get their heads pumped up like crazy. And next thing you know, they're out there in the real world thinking that they can do anything because they're invincible and somebody's always bailed them out. Let me tell you something, dude. That you're not always going to get bailed out. I promise you that.
Here's a good transition. Evan had a good question. Here at OU, we got Soul Mission, Brent Venables, culture is established, and so our dudes, they come in knowing what the standard is, and then they spend their time here living up to that standard. Evan asked about any transfers or freshmen. We got a chance to sit with some transfers last week.
Yeah. No.
Maybe just give some thoughts on some of the guys that you got to talk with.
Yeah, I got to sit down. So we did a little series, be on the lookout for it, where I just sat down and just kind of got to know all of the transfer guys that just got here. And boy, we got a couple of like really interesting and like driven dudes. He's not on everybody's radar, but one of the dudes that stood out to me was Caleb Nita.
Yep.
Caleb Nita. One of the things that he's a Western Kentucky guy, center, coming in to compete, and he brought it up himself. He's like, yeah, like I know I'm undersized, and I know that on paper, statistically, people are going to beat me. So my money is made in the off season, and just the way he talked about his grind and how he had to be that much more like mentally into it so that he could give himself an edge was really fun to watch. I think that kind of cerebral competition will be very beneficial for our offensive line. I think Beadenbow's going to like him a lot in the meeting room. So very happy to have him on board. Who was our Louisiana guy? Bishop. Oh, bro. I'm blanking on his last name. Bishop Thomas. Yes, thank you. Bishop is funny. Like he's hilarious. But just like I'll paint the picture for you guys straight. This is like, think of the most New Orleans person in your life, and that's Bishop Thomas. The person that was the most New Orleans person in your life is no longer that person for you. It's now Bishop Thomas. Just like had that accent, had that vibe, that NOLA vibe, but also like very like kind of soft spoken. I like to paint is what I like to paint. Like that's my therapy. And what was like it's Picasso style painting. What do you call that? Abstract. Thanks. Like I'm an abstract painter. I'm like, okay, defensive tackle, like abstract painter. I'm not seeing it. And I was like, then I started asking some football questions. Like, okay, so what can we expect to see from you? Like, why are you excited to be here? Blah, blah, blah. And like the joy never left his eyes. Like he's still like that happy, chill NOLA presence, but there was also some type of focus that came into his face, and he kept saying, he's like, man, I just want to be real. I want to be real, and the coaches, they were here, they were real with me, and so I was real with them, and just everything I got from him was authentic. And when he told me that he was going to be a presence to be reckoned with on the defensive line, and Sooner Nation can expect a real, authentic, dominant force, I believe him. And so I'm excited for him. Prince Ijoma had a really cool story. Ijoma has its own meaning. It meant like path.
On the path to destiny, or on the
path to success or something like. Yeah, it was like, I think it was the path to success is what Ijoma means. It's a Nigerian name. And he talked about his the process in getting his visa and coming over here and starting football, where he lived and how he got to this point. And he was from John Mateer's hometown.
Little Elm.
Little Elm.
Was that?
It's Little Elm. I keep wanting to say elk. I don't like, and then I say it in my head and I can't get elk out of my head. But yeah, he's from Little Elm too. It just seems like a good group of guys. I think to your point earlier when we were talking about all that Sharon Moore nonsense, like BV, it did not sell out in the culture department. He's recruiting guys that want to be here, that understand the standard, and that are willing to maintain the standard. And it felt that way when they all walked in here. One of the things that every single one of them said was, man, this team was just super welcoming. Like, it didn't feel like all of my other stops, because some of these guys had been 2 and 3 other places. And every single one of them said, like, man, this is the culture here feels like it's very relevant and it's not going anywhere. And so that was it was fun talking to those new guys. It's also very interesting, I think, to talk to those guys, just for me personally, because I did not grow up in the era that we're in. It just wasn't. It was just different, To transfer when I was in school, you had to sit a year if you weren't a grad transfer. And so getting to talk to these guys and like all the paths that they took, man, the mental fortitude that they have to have, because getting in the portal doesn't mean that you have a spot. It just means that you have been having some conversations, and hopefully they were real. So yeah, I just couldn't relate. I don't know.
Their insight on the portal too. I mean, here's the deal. All these interviews will go up on YouTube soon, so we don't want to spoil them. But their insight on the portal, like how chaotic it feels, and like how much stress and pressure there is.
There were dudes that were saying that they were getting in, kind of knowing what the deal was, and it still was like weighing on them, because they're like, okay, I won't give too much away, but yeah, no, it was great. It was great getting to talk to them. I almost transferred out of here.
Out of here?
Mm-hmm.
What year?
2017.
Oh, after your big year.
No, not after.
Before.
I wasn't touching the field. Like, in my entire life, I did not touch the field. There in my entire life, there was one game that I played in where I didn't step foot on the playing surface, and that was Baylor 2017. And talk about a low point. Like, I didn't know how to grapple with that. Like, what? I didn't even get to go run down on kickoff. Obviously I'm so glad that I stuck it out and like didn't give up. Like, cause a lot of guys, I feel like they, especially these days, oh man, I'm gonna hit the portal. And so they stop trying. They stop trying at the facility. They stop working out. They stop trying they stop being a good teammate. I just started having those thoughts, going to those dark places. Like, man, I didn't touch the field. And think about how, I just said it, my head was big too. Back then I'm Rodney Anderson, and I didn't even get to run down on the punt. I didn't even get to go try to make a tackle. Yeah, dude, what am I doing here?
So how far down the road did you get in that thought process of maybe transferring?
Well, the next game was like K-State, and
the walk-off?
Yeah. Well, okay, I think talk about people in your corner and like having a support system or like at least a faith system. Straight up, I remember coming out of that stadium. I didn't even have to shower because I didn't sweat at all. Didn't play a lick. And I was talking to my parents. I was talking to my dad. I was like, dude, I didn't say much because I was just pissed. When I get really mad, like I get mad to like my fists are shaking and I got tears in my eyes, so I can't say much. My dad was like, he kind of got it, and I think it was just understood. And we did end up having conversation later on. You know, Sunday was the next day, and then into that week. But the whole time, I never lost. Like there was never a lack in. He was never like, all right, well, we're out of here. Start thinking about that. Like, nah, go to work tomorrow. Go to practice tomorrow. You know, bring your lunch. You know, continue to be a hard worker. And I did. God started working. Because I wasn't praying for this to happen at all. I'm trying to think. I think Texas was the next game.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, look that up for me. It was either Texas or K-State, because somewhere in there, Abdul Adams pulled his hamstring. And in the Baylor game, if you remember, he still holds the record for the longest run from scrimmage, 99 yards. They coffin cornered us, and we had the ball on the inside the 1 yard line. He has a 99-yard touchdown. And so, like, basically what I'm saying is he started to feel himself, and he was finna have a great season. He pulls his hamstring in practice, or maybe it was at the tail end of the Baylor game or something. It was somewhere in there. Going into that next game, I think it was Texas.
So it was at Baylor.
Yep.
Then it was the loss to Iowa State.
Okay. I forgot about that.
Texas.
All right, it still makes sense. So then it was Iowa State where he pulled his hamstring, because I played like one drive that game. And maybe that's what was like, okay, maybe I can see a path here to at least get some playing time, and then, you know, I can make my decision at the end of the season. And then the Texas game, I don't know what my coach was thinking.
Iowa State, you had 1 carry for 2 yards.
Yeah. 1 carry for 2 yards. I think, it was a carry. It was an outside zone. I got stuffed. I remember that vividly. That was the game where we wore the all crimson jerseys. Pissed that we lost that game, because, in my opinion, that was the coldest uniform combo that I've seen in recent memory. Argue with me about it, you people. Anyways, yeah, we lost to Iowa State. Then we go to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Texas was the first game that we didn't have Abdul Adams. Trey Sermon started that game.
Mm-hmm.
I was the backup, and our running back coach ran Trey Sermon into the dirt.
20 carries?
Yeah, he had a ton of and it was to the point. I'm not saying Trey Sermon was doing bad. He was doing good. But he had so many carries, you could see, and it was hot that day. You know how Red River is. Like you're like 30 yards away from him, and I could see on his face how tired he is. He's just drained. And Boer's not subbing me in. I'm even telling him, like, hey, I'm ready. And like, all right. He kept giving me like the all right. And then it was Lincoln Riley that was like, where the hell is Rodney? Where's our other running back? Trey's tired. And I went in, and yeah, that was it.
Scored a touchdown?
Scored a touchdown. That I don't know if it was that drive, but I scored a touchdown. Me and Trey started sharing reps pretty evenly after that. K-State, we started. I think I started that game. I can't remember specifically. Maybe he started that game, but regardless, our reps were very even. I had the walk-off run, and then after that, I was off and rolling. I think a hidden lesson in there is just because. Oh wait, I disagree with you, Boom Dot Sooner. I'm dying on this hill. The wood grain unis got hate for no reason. I loved them. I thought they were really cool.
Dang, people were locked into that story. Like, they waited for you to finish, and once you finished the story, they started.
Oh yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I kind of got off on my own little tangent. It's I got a lot of stories like that. Maybe once we hit our stride with this live, we'll get into some more like stories. I got some stories about some athletes you wouldn't believe. Anyways, Serm did transfer. It was for the best. I'm not going to air out all the business, but creative differences. It was just
He landed at Ohio State, so
I mean, yeah, he went to and he balled there.
Yeah,
and he's still playing.
Yeah, did he win a natty?
He did win a nat. He did, right? Yeah, but anyways, I loved the wood grain pattern. I love those jerseys. I love the different combos that we could use with them. I wish we would have stuck with them and maybe updated them. I don't know how I feel about introducing a new uniform every so often. I like traditional, and I want to spice it up every now and then. I don't want to always have a new uniform all the time. All right. Guys, am I missing anything?
I'm gonna talk a little bit about Braden had pulled some
mock
draft stuff.
No, yeah, definitely got it. We have some people in the draft. I'm really excited to see where R. Mason Thomas goes.
He hasn't been projected above the second round. It's mainly second. He was in 7 different mock drafts, 5 of which he was in the second round, 2 of which he was in the third.
Okay. Our resident draft analyst / expert, Braden Ford, is telling me that R. Mason Thomas is projected to go in the second, potentially the third.
Yeah, I'm not saying I agree with it.
I don't agree, but I also agree.
No, I don't hate it. Sounds like maybe R. Mason Thomas is gonna maybe go to the Birds. They'll have a shot at him, and
wouldn't you like that?
He actually is going to the Birds in one of them.
Yeah.
Via pick from the Jets, round 3, pick 67.
Round 3, R. Mason to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, you'd know better than me. Like, could Philadelphia really use a dominant edge like that? Speed guy off the edge.
Built in the trenches. They're built in the trenches. Yeah, I mean that's what they live for. That pass rush. I mean they had Jalen Phillips this year. I think Jalen Phillips came in, did great, but yeah.
I think
Evan, Dallas. No, not Dallas.
I was about to agree with Evan until he said R. Mason to Dallas. No, I'm just playing. I do agree with your if they get him late, they're getting a steal. Like that is the philosophy that I feel like people don't pay enough attention to, because the money is what everybody likes to talk about. Like, yes, first, second, third rounds, you're getting paid. You're getting paid just to sign your name. And boy, does that feel good. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to the best fit, right? For a guy like R. Mason Thomas, I think second and third round will pay him still what he deserves, what he's worth. But he also has a better chance of going to a team that could really use him and have plans for him in the long run. I feel like that is, depending on the type of player, I think that's where, if I was R. Mason Thomas, I would rather go a little bit later, not necessarily, at the draft wanting to walk out and get my little hat or whatever.
Yeah.
So, R. Mason to the Bucks. Oh, where did Jade not go?
Chicago Bears.
No way.
Round 4, pick 129.
Okay, so Jade not
fourth round.
Jade not goes fourth round.
Jaden in the
In one.
Major one either, so it wasn't like an NFL ESPN one.
It was Braden.
Okay.
It was Braden's personal mock draft that he made.
Yeah.
Me, I wouldn't draft it.
Oh my gosh. Braden Ford, resident draft analyst, says that Jade Knott was in one mock draft, and he went 4th in that mock draft.
Fourth round.
Fourth round. Sorry, that was my bad. Not 4th overall, 4th round. I think that's where he should go. There's so much Jay Knott slander. I get it. I really do get it. You know, maybe even rightfully so. If you're a Sooner fan. But I do think he will have success. Clip that. I do think he will have success.
Will be a year from now. Jay Knott, Super Bowl MVP, and I'll post that clip. Rodney.
Yes.
He will have success. NFL MVP with Chicago Bears. Braden is going ballistic over here.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. Zip, I went in the 6th round. I honestly didn't even think I was going to get drafted because I tore my ACL. The plan after I tore my ACL against UCLA in 2018 was to go to Alabama, get my knee surgery done. The reason I went there is because the guy, Kevin Wilkes is his name, the guy that rehabbed Adrian Peterson, was there. And so I was like, well, if I go get rehabbed by Adrian Peterson, then I'm going to come back in 6-7 months like Adrian Peterson did.
Mm-hmm.
With that mindset, I went and got my surgery. I started therapy thinking, I'm going to go compete in the combine. So I left Alabama, went to LA, started training for the combine, continued my rehab, my therapy. I was just pushing it. Did not make it back for the combine, so that hurt me. I went to the combine, interviewed and all that, but I interviewed and all that. The only physical thing I did was my measurements and my bench. Other than that, I think the combine kind of hurt. Like it basically told NFL teams, yeah, he's not ready yet. He's still got some work to do on his knee or whatever.
What'd you do on the bench, though?
22 reps, I think.
Okay.
22 on the bench. I was going for Samaje's. I think Samaje hit 30.
Yeah.
But the thing about Samaje is, so we had the same agent, and this is the only reason I knew this. Samaje, when he went to the bench, he was looking to put up crazy numbers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he was trying to touch 50. Did you hear me?
I heard you 50.
Okay.
Yeah.
50. Do you know that it's 225 pounds?
Yeah.
Okay. I was not going to get 50. He could have. He strained his pec while he was doing it.
I feel like that's been out there.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. I don't want his strength to go unnoticed because it's supernatural. He's a freak of nature. But he stopped at 30. I'm like, okay, that is attainable for, a training Rodney. And I got to 22. So I did not pull my pec. So that was the next step. I was going to go to the pro day. Okay, whatever. I didn't get to do the combine, but I can definitely be ready for pro day. It gives me another month or whatever it was. Was not ready for the pro day either. And so here I am in the combine telling all the I'll be ready for pro day. And then I'm not ready for pro day. And so pro day passes and draft day comes and I'm like, man, I just really don't think it's going to be what I think it's going to be. I was hoping to go 4th. I thought that I could, even with the ACL tear, go 4th or something. But honestly, all things considered, blessed to have even got picked up in the first place.
Did you get a TV announcement?
I did.
Okay, that's cool.
So my agent called me. He's like, hey, the Bengals might pick you up. Keep your phone close. I think I was 211 in the 6th round. But if they don't pick you up, Dallas is going to get you because they were the very next pick. And Zach Taylor, funny enough, almost one calendar year before that, I met his parents at an FCA thing. I answered the phone. He's like, hey, you want to come be a Bengal or whatever? I was like, yes, sir. I was like, he's like, I think you know my parents. I was like, oh, yeah, actually, I do. I met them. And they're like, yeah, well, I'm happy to have you and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And picked me up. And
That's
so,
cool.
I really thought I was going to go undrafted and it was going to have to be a whole thing. And I do feel blessed that I got to hear my name called. It was a childhood dream come true. So, yeah, bunch of fun.
Did you go to Cincy that night?
No. So they send you – Braden asked a good question. Did I leave for Cincy that night when I got picked up? That usually only happens for like first rounders and probably some second rounders too. Like they'll fly him in, introduce him to everybody, the whole shebang or whatever, do a press conference. For the guys that go later, like all the media attention is not needed. And so they sent me an iPad and I immediately got to, like, the iPad showed up like a day or so later and they were like, learn as much as you can because we're not going to wait on you. And so I just started studying and I went back to LA with it and got all my stuff, came to Oklahoma, gathered some things up, went to Cincy. I stayed in a hotel for a couple months, the team hotel or whatever. And then once I knew I was going to be there for some time, I went and rented a place. But it, yeah, I don't know. What about G Baby? You got any news on G Baby?
He is in 4 mock drafts. One of them he's going second round.
Ooh.
He's going above our Mason, and one of them to Baltimore.
Wow.
And then he's going third round to the 49ers, and one of them fourth round to the Falcons, and one of them.
Dang. Looks like G Baby is in 4 different mock drafts, and his range is, what did you say, 2 to 4? 2 to 5. Yeah, rounds 2 to 5. Highest being 2 to the Ravens, which
Above our Mason is what that one had.
above our Mason. Yeah. Like G Baby, I think is way better than probably what stats will show. Because like how dominant can a nose really be in certain systems? You know what I mean? Like that nose guard it's a tough position to really stand out in. I mean, you think, what are some like name brand nose guards? I think of like Vince Wilfork.
Who's the guy from the Ravens? Haloti Nagata? Was he? Is that right? Nose tackle for the Ravens?
I think Akeem Hicks.
Akeem Hicks is a good one. I don't know. It's just like we have to sit here and kind of think about it, is my point. And it might be, I think, a position like the center, you know, a very important position, just doesn't really get talked about, doesn't get as much praise. Or I guess a better comparison is like the best cornerback is the one that doesn't get his name called because they're not throwing his way. He's covering his guy. The best nose tackle is the one that's not getting his name called because the ball can't go up the middle. You know, if he's there, being stout like he is, the ball can't be there. So,
I think of who else? Dion.
yeah.
He's in 5 of them, going in the second round to the Niners in one of them, and then
Dion's speed in a Kyle Shanahan offense.
Yeah.
That'd be
I could see
something.
that. He has tape that's explosive enough. I don't like here. Our offense wasn't at his pace yet, I think. And to your point, in an offense like that, it's already kind of up and going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and 3 other ones. He's gone third round to the Jaguars, and then he's gone third round to the Patriots, and then he's gone 7th round to the Bears, and then 5th round to the Steelers.
I think G Baby can go, or I'm sorry, I think Dion can go. Will go higher.
Yeah.
His explosive, because also I think he'll test really
That's
well.
You hope he gets a show out at the combine or the
Yeah.
pro day.
His explosiveness will shine. I think I'm trying to remember what game it was. He had a tunnel screen. I can't remember what game it was, but it was like very quick flashes of like psh, psh, psh. Like let's do more of that. But we just couldn't. Oh boy.
Got Dominic Williams. Not in any mock drafts right now, but
Dom's one of those-
disruptor.
Yeah. I mean,
And-
he's again very much like G Baby in that he just didn't get a lot of praise. Dominic Williams, that is. But undrafted free agent, I think, is perfect for him. He'll get to have a little bit more say in where he goes, pick a squad that needs him. And like I think there's nothing wrong with practice squad too. The NFL is an adjustment, let me tell you. Getting on the practice squad and like having 6 figures locked in yearly, I mean, It's not a bad gig while you get comfortable, and then some other team pulls you off the practice squad and starts you just randomly one Sunday. I mean, that's how it happens. So, you know,
Got RSJ.
He's going in one, 6th round, pick 191 to the Patriots.
6th round in one of the mock drafts.
only one
for
mock draft, 6th
Robert
round.
Spears Jennings. He was the highest graded safety in college football at one point last year. Not this recent, but the one before. He was like PFF highest graded safety in all of college football for a minute.
There was no real fall off, I don't think.
No. I mean, it just nah. Yeah.
I mean, when the I think some of it maybe like when the defense just gets that good. I mean, not everybody's going to shine as individuals, you know.
I'm curious too, like when reputation's going to start carrying some weight. Like, oh, that's a BV guy, you know. And so we want to try. You know, Billy Bowman had a pretty good rookie year.
Yeah.
I think Danny, when he got on the field, he had a big highlight. He suplexed to do or body slammed to do pretty good on a tackle. And so it's like, and once you can kind of develop that reputation, I think that.
Yeah, pro-ready guys.
Yep.
I'll say that the jump from college to the NFL is not at all, doesn't have anything to do with physical speed, strength, ability. It is straight up between the ears. Like I was probably, even with a bum knee, more athletic than some of the guys I was going against at the Bengals. And they were beating me just because I was giving tells that I didn't even know I was giving. I'd be like, bro, how'd you get here so quick? He's like, oh, I knew because you glanced that way, and a couple plays earlier when you were in, you weren't glancing at all, and then I saw that, and I was like, and then I saw how the tight end was lined up, and so then that took me to the quarterback, and I remember when he can, and so he had to change to and so that's how I knew. I was like, all that in 3 seconds before we snapped the ball? Yeah, man, I mean, I've been here for 10 years. Well, sheesh. That makes sense. And so my point, you got a dude that doesn't have to learn as much, kind of already understands complex schemes and complex styles of play calling, different blitzes, you know, how you fit within the greater scheme. It only makes you that much more ready to play at the next level. And so that's a great point. It'll for sure start to. I mean, and with Jim Nagy too on our staff, like the connections he has in the professional world can only help our guys.
I would think too that just being here will carry weight because it's like, okay, so Jim and his staff identified this guy, whether it's out of the portal or high school. We identified this guy as like having the tools.
Yeah.
And so then they got recruited here, and so then like you almost have that step ahead because it's like, well, we know him and his staff. They know how to pick out guys.
Yeah, because they're the same ones that was picking out the Senior Bowl guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's a great point. Damn, I'm slouching. I look back at I got comfortable. Dang. Yeah, I think Evan is talking about Dion still.
I think it's about RJ.
Oh, RJ.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no. I mean, both of them really kind of did their job. Were good teammates. Yeah. Any other names we're missing? Standout ones?
Yeah, there's Fabechi's going in one,
Oh, Fabechi.
3rd round, pick 86 to the Chargers.
I don't want any of our guys to go to any LA teams. I know that we just said San Francisco, but boy, Uncle Sam hates San Francisco. Dude, it's insane.
The taxes, is that you're talking about?
What?
The taxes? Is
Yeah.
that you're talking about?
Yeah, and do you know you get taxed in the state you play in?
Yeah.
So if you're playing in Texas, if you're on the Houston Texans, and you go play in LA or whatever, you're getting LA taxes for that game. And
the game you play in.
yes, that's what I'm
Not
saying.
the team you're on.
No, so the team that if I got drafted to the Cincinnati Bengals, I was paying Ohio taxes most of the time. But when we would pick up, I traveled to go to Washington and I played there, I paid Washington taxes. My check reflected Washington taxes for that game.
I didn't know that.
And so, yeah, when I tell you that Uncle Sam is coming for every cent, it's stupid. Somebody smarter than me is gonna have to explain to me why, you know? Because like, what does, if I'm getting paid a healthy 6 figures every week, what does the government need with half of that? I don't know. Somebody smarter than me explain that to me.
That's
Anyways.
so crazy to me. I looked at it. I trusted you, but I still looked it up.
So you didn't trust me.
Nightmare. You get on TurboTax. Did you make money in any other states? Yeah, about 15. I mean, goodness.
Yeah, no, tax season is a nightmare for those NFL guys. You hire somebody to do that.
They're not using TurboTax, but
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's the whole. I don't know. They're still getting paid very well. They're still coming home with a lot of money, so you can't complain too much.
I'd like to see Fabechi in the league, though.
Yes, I think all in all, like he's just a good dude,
Between the
good
ears,
teammate.
he seems to have it.
Yeah, I think he'll play for a while. I think a lot of these long careers start because they got drafted later or they undrafted free agents. Guys are going to bounce around. That's just the nature of the game. So we were talking about Samaje a little bit earlier. His story's been kind of crazy. He's jumped all over the place, and he's hauling a big family with him. He's got 3 kids and obviously a wife. And there is one season where he was back and forth multiple times between Miami and Cincinnati. Like, that's not a short trip. And like when you tell them like, hey, this is where you play now, like the family's got to go, you know? That's, I don't know. The NFL makes a lot of money, but the players spend a lot of money too, not just on frivolous things, like on like moving your family of 5 across the nation is not cheap. I don't know. Let's close it down. Oh yeah.
Heineke, Kendall Daniels, Marvin
going
Jones.
4th round to the Colts and 5th round to the Chiefs. Heineke's going 5th round to the Eagles, 6th round to the Steelers, and then Marvin Jones Jr. is going 7th round to the Bengals.
Let's stick on Owen. Where did you say he was going?
5th round to the Eagles,
Go Birds.
and 6th round to the Steelers.
5th or 6th rounds. 5th to the Eagles, 6th to the Steelers. Man, I really hope Owen can figure it out. Or I hope some team can figure it out for him. Like that he's got it figured out. I don't know. It's hard to just continuously be like, free Owen. I just want somebody to actually do it. Any team that takes a chance on him is going to get a long-term, it'll be a very, very good investment.
He's got a good story.
He does.
I mean, that's crazy.
I mean, a story like that, NCAA screws you because you fumble around with lacrosse for not even half of a season.
I think I've seen, and I haven't, I guess, fact-checked it, but 13 minutes of playing time.
13 minutes of playing time in lacrosse equals a whole credited year in the NCAA's mind, at least.
Which doesn't make sense because, like, you can play 4 games and then redshirt and still not use your season.
Yeah. I don't get it.
That's just football, though. I think football's the only sport that has that.
Oh, where you
play and redshirt under a threshold.
Yeah. I mean, it's
That's
Braden's
crazy.
point, though. Like, he plays football now. So, like, and lacrosse is kind of like football. I mean, it's football with a stick. The ball's shaped a little bit different.
I'd like to see him in the league. Kendall Daniels, Evan said KD5 is going to ball. I mean, he's a monster. I'll never forget that Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Like, was it Ole Miss? Where he against Michigan, where he just stood up
Mm-hmm.
and faced the
Yeah.
and then blew it up.
Like that, the little like.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's watching film right there.
Yeah, straight up. Like he'll be successful in the league for all the reasons that we've said.
A lot of OU DNA in the league. It seems like we'll have, which is exciting.
Which seems to be our theme. Like I feel like we always have a good presence in the NFL. So that's saying something given all the turmoil we've been through in recent years. All right. Everybody that's in on the chat, I appreciate y'all. I really do. Zip, Evan, Quincy, I see you in there. Many others, D Woods, Boom.Sooner. Appreciate you guys hopping in. We do this every Tuesday. Try to stick around that noon time frame. But yeah, be on the lookout for the Double Take podcast dropping on Thursday. This will be posted immediately for those that would like to watch back or share. And be on the lookout for our transfer portal guys. Their little interview series coming out in the near future. But until then, appreciate you guys. Stay safe. Boomer Sooner.